What's going on, everyone? So I'm back with another video. Today's video is dealing with brakes. I just did the brakes right here. These are AC Delco Gold with carbon fiber Z23, I believe, brake pads. These are Napa. The AC Delco Golds, they don't have these in yet. They don't make them. So today I'm gonna address the brake issues with these cars using this Pro-Forged Stealth Mod bolt kit. So apparently these cars came with, to save money, came with the same brake bias. So it's 90% front and 10% rear, or it's 95 and then 5% in the rear. What this is going to do is it's going to move the brake metering and the bias using these two bolts. They're supplied with the kit, and it's going to move it to, I believe it was like 70% up front and then 30% rear. So today I'm just going to show you how to do it. And first I'm going to take that bolt out. It's a 19 mil, and I'll go from there. Alright, so far so good. So I use a 19 mil socket, and from according to the instructions, you're not going to use this, and you're not going to use this spring. All you're going to do is replace this bolt into that spot and remove these two. So I'm going to start doing that now. It's pretty easy. Like I said, a lot of fluid came out. You will have to bleed the brakes. I also forgot to mention, put a can on the bottom or get something to catch the brake fluid, because it will leak a lot. So now I'm gonna install the Stealth Bolt Mod in the front without these two. So you're gonna not use these, so don't use these. You're just gonna use this one supplied with the kit, the smaller this one. If I can zoom out. So you're gonna use this. And also, when you're tightening it, make sure you grab it from down here, because what ends up happening is that the lines start to bend. So also you see me with two hands grabbing it from with two hands like this. And zoom out. Alright, so now I'm going to attack the one in the back. And the one in the back is going to have this bolt. And if I can position myself to a little bit better so I can actually see, but I doubt it because it's all the way in the back. So I'll report right back. So I'm going to do this one a little bit faster. This one, all the fluid drained out from the front. So what I'm going to do is simply take the old one out. This is what you're going to do. The entire valve is going to stay the same, but all you're going to do is replace this one, the rear one, in the back. Alright, so as you can see, I can zoom in. It's already zoomed in, so it's a 19 mil. And it's all the way down there in the back. Right there. And then the one that I got in the front is that one. It's a 19 mil. Like I said, I grabbed it from the front, from back here, with one hand down here. And I held it so the brake lines won't break. But on this one, unfortunately, I can't shoot the video at the same time. But I'm going to take this off and see. I'll report back and see if I have any tricks or issues with this. So here's the old one. Right here. It looks somewhat the same, but it's not as concave. The other one's a little bit more concave and has a different step to it. So here's the old one and the new one. See how it's slight difference, but it does make a difference in the braking. So now I'm gonna quickly put the bolt back in. I just want to show it for demonstration purposes. So yeah, you can see the difference. I just want to lose all the fluid because you have to. Here's the thing: I would just recommend bleeding the brakes afterwards. But if you're really quick about it, you don't have to bleed the brakes. Some people don't. But since the brake fluid's already dirty and I'm doing the brakes already in the front, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Remember, this is aluminum. You do not want to strip these. Okay, there's nothing much to see back there. It's literally just a bolt. Can't even get inside. Good video of it. But here is what you're going to be left with. So the one on the rear, this is the old one. Then this is the plunger from the front and the spring in the front. And this is the original bolt from the front. So right now what I'm going to do is see how I lost all the fluid. This is pretty easy stuff. I mean, you're going to use I brought it with me. Going to use brake bleeder, compressed brake bleeder. This brake bleeder, air compressed, and I'm just gonna drain the fluid. And like I said, some people don't need to do this if you're really quick putting in the bolts, but I wasn't. I just wanted to make for demonstration purposes. And also the fluid's already black, so I'm going to change this out. And I do this frequently too, just to save on the brakes. And then this is going to be a two-part video. I'm actually going to go on a long test drive afterwards and get an in-car reaction video and see what the difference is. And I'm already used to these brakes, so if it does work, I'll let you know. And if it doesn't, then like I said, it's the same thing. I have no bias. Proforce didn't even send me these. I actually bought these. I think these were like 40 bucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and bleed the brakes, and then on the next part, it's gonna be the in-car reaction video of me stepping on the brakes. So stay tuned. All right, so I didn't do an actual in-car video reaction because I couldn't really get it on camera the way it actually feels. But the brake itself, it feels way firmer. It's more responsive. And the car does not nosedive as much as it did before. And it just feels, overall, it feels balanced. It doesn't feel extremely soft. Now, is it going to be better than a big brake kit? Absolutely not. And I've been thinking about that, getting the big brake kit from Core 3, I believe, is the company. And you can keep the stock wheels, which I am going to do eventually. But I'm not going to go for like 20s or something like that. But a lot of people complain about these cars not braking that well, which is true, but there's many factors involved. Brake fluid, especially brake fluid, the pads, and the rotors. And then with this brake bolt mod that I did, the brakes themselves feel so much better. Now, if I'm autocrossing this car, I'm going for the big brake kit, right? The ones that you can go with the stock 17s. But if you're running 22s or 24s and the car is still not stopping right, you're going to have to go with the bigger, larger brakes that that company makes. There's no way around it. But as far as me, a daily driver, I'm not braking, I'm not autocrossing. This brake bolt mod kit with the new fluid, pads, and rotors, this feels great. It feels 100 times better. And the car, like I said, does not nosedive as bad. Actually, I don't think it nosedives at all, to be honest with you, compared to what it was before. It stops very flat. That's the best way I can describe it. It's even, it's perfect. But other than that, the brake for $40, it's not a bad mod to do. And at the same time, if you're gonna also do the brake fluid, you might as well do the brake bolt mod if you haven't done so already. But yeah, I would personally do it if I get another 96. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the brake. The brake feels so much better, way better balanced. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.